400 million euros. Let that sink in. That's the staggering sum Al Hilal dished out to lure Neymar away from the heart of Europe. But why? Why would Neymar, at the pinnacle of his career, leave the glamorous streets of Paris for the dunes of Saudi Arabia? Is it just about the money, or is there more beneath the surface? Did the allure of European football fade, or were there no takers for the Brazilian sensation? And amidst the glitz and glamour of this record-breaking deal, what dark secrets and untold stories lurk in the shadows? Stick with me, and all these questions will be answered. Neymar, the Brazilian sensation, has always been a paradox. On the field, his feet weave magic, leaving opponents and spectators alike spellbound. His dribbles, flicks, and flair are the stuff of legends, making him one of the most watched players globally. But off it, a whirlwind of controversies and questionable choices. Picture this: glitzy Parisian nights, where the star forward is more likely to be seen surrounded by a posse of celebrities than training for an upcoming match. Expensive champagne, designer outfits, and the pulsating beats of exclusive clubs became synonymous with Neymar's Parisian life. His lavish birthday bashes became annual spectacles, often overshadowing crucial fixtures. They weren't just parties, they were grand events, with guest lists that read like a who's who of the entertainment world. Then there were those infamous carnival trips back home, with whispers suggesting he'd fake injuries just to samba in the streets of Rio. These trips weren't just about dancing, they were a testament to Neymar's deep connection to his roots, but at what cost to his professional commitments? Recall the time he punched a fan after a shocking cup final loss? Or his public spats with teammates over penalty-taking rights? These weren't just heat-of-the-moment reactions, they were indicative of a player who wore his heart on his sleeve for better or for worse. Such antics, while making for juicy tabloid fodder, cast shadows over his commitment to the sport. They raised questions, debates, and even doubts about his priorities. Clubs began to question, behind the dazzling skills, was there a disciplined athlete or just a reckless superstar? The rifts at PSG, the strained relationships at Barcelona, all painted a picture of prodigious talent constantly at odds with his own potential. Stories of training ground bust-ups, disagreements with coaches, and a seeming inability to settle added layers to the enigma that is Neymar. As European giants watched his antics with raised eyebrows, one couldn't help but wonder, was Neymar's off-field flamboyance overshadowing his footballing genius? Or was it all part of the intricate tapestry that makes Neymar, well, Neymar? From the vibrant streets of Sao Paulo to the illustrious turf of Camp Nou, Neymar's journey with Barcelona began as a dream. A young Brazilian, bursting with flair and potential, he was destined for greatness. He, alongside Messi and Suarez, crafted a trio that became the stuff of legends, the formidable MSN. Their chemistry palpable, their goals breathtaking. But as the Catalan sun set and rose, shadows began to form. The Camp Nou, once a sanctuary, became a stage for silent battles. The once harmonious pitch echoed with undertones of discord. Neymar, the Brazilian sensation, started to feel the weight of Messi's colossal shadow, craving a stage where he alone could shine brightest. Rumors swirled of his desire to step out, to carve his own legacy. The seismic shift came with a move to PSG, a transfer that didn't just break the bank but also countless Blaugrana hearts. But what truly fueled this departure? Whispers of locker room spats, disagreements with management, and a growing sense of entitlement painted a complex picture. There were tales of Neymar seeking more than just footballing dominance. He wanted influence, control. Barcelona's prodigal son, it seemed, had grown restless. His subsequent overtures to return to Barcelona were met with skepticism and a touch of disdain. The bridges, it appeared, were burnt. As Europe watched with bated breath, Neymar's narrative transformed. He was no longer just the samba magician with the ball. He was now a protagonist in football's most intricate drama, with his reputation swinging precariously between sheer brilliance and stark controversy. As the European football landscape shifted, Neymar's once coveted position on the wish lists of top clubs began to waver. Real Madrid, once eager to snatch him from rivals Barcelona, now had reservations. Their Santiago Bernabeu boardroom buzzed not with excitement, but with concerns over Neymar's astronomical wage demands and the whispers of his off-pitch antics. Manchester City, with their deep pockets, too seemed hesitant. Pep Guardiola, known for his tactical genius, reportedly questioned Neymar's fit in the disciplined City squad. Over in Italy, Juventus, despite their penchant for big signings, were more enamored with the idea of nurturing young talents than splurging on the Brazilian. Even PSG, where Neymar had showcased some of his best football, appeared to be on the fence about a long-term commitment. The Parisian giants were rumored to be weighing the pros and cons, especially with the rise of players like Mbappe. Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga behemoths, were also notably silent, their focus clearly on the next generation of talents. As the transfer windows opened and closed, the narrative became clear. Neymar, once the golden boy of football, was now in a precarious position, searching for a European club ready to embrace him, warts and all. When Europe's elite clubs hesitated, Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia made a move that would send shockwaves through the footballing world. Neymar's deal wasn't just about the money, though the £25 million a week wage was staggering in its own right. The Brazilian maestro was promised a fleet of luxury cars, including a Bentley Continental GP, an Aston Martin DBX, and a Lamborghini Huracan. But the opulence didn't stop at automobiles. In Riyadh, a 25-room mansion awaited him, complete with 3 saunas and a fridge perpetually stocked with his favorite acai juice and guarana drinks. The club's vision was clear. They weren't just signing a player, they were acquiring a brand, a global icon. Neymar's arrival was set to elevate Saudi Arabian football, drawing global attention to the league. The financial prowess of Al Hilal's management was evident, not just in the contract's figures, but in the statement they were making to the world. With Neymar on their side, Al Hilal wasn't just aiming for domestic success, they were setting their sights on becoming a global footballing powerhouse. But the luxuries didn't end there. Neymar's contract also included the use of a private jet for him and his family, ensuring they could travel in style whenever they wished. The pool in his house, specifically designed to be at least 10 meters wide and 40 meters long. And while the house itself had to have a minimum of 25 rooms to accommodate his friends, family, and entourage, his new dressing room would include football stars like Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Kalidou Koulibaly, Ruben Neves, and former Barcelona ace Malcolm. This wasn't just a contract, it was a coronation. The question remains, is this a new chapter in Neymar's legacy or a golden cage? As the ink dried on Neymar's contract, the world was reminded of a larger narrative unfolding. Saudi Arabia, once a peripheral player in the footballing arena, has been steadily positioning itself at the sport's epicenter. From acquiring stakes in iconic clubs to hosting grand football events, the Desert Kingdom's ambitions are clear: to be a footballing juggernaut. And who better to spearhead this revolution than Neymar himself? But this isn't just about the glitz and glamour of a hefty paycheck. It's about being the face of a nation's dream. For Neymar, the sands of Saudi Arabia offer more than just luxury, they present a stage to further his legacy. Yet, every stage has its challenges. As the world's eyes turn to Al Hilal, watching Neymar's every move, the question lingers: can Neymar rise to the occasion and lead Saudi football into a new golden era? This latest chapter, while lucrative, poses questions about his legacy. Will the deserts of Al Hilal be where Neymar carves his most indelible mark, or will it be a mirage of what could have been? As the world eagerly awaits his debut, the stakes are monumental. Beyond personal aspirations, his footsteps could reshape global football's landscape. But as the floodlights shine brighter than ever, one can't help but wonder, is this Neymar's ultimate curtain call, or a gamble that might just eclipse his illustrious career?